They hate when you elevate. You're stacking up losses, I'm hitting them all, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Yeah. I had to elevate. Yeah, I'm feeling myself. Ain't no chance I'm coming down, no. Got this whole view to myself, yeah. Why would I give it up? Why do they wanna come take my place? I work too hard for it, don't need a replacement. This my vocation, now I got rollies all in rotation. Hop on a jet just to take a vacation. Remember the moments was trapped in the basement. Now the hard work is all taking me places. Water no bad, like we trapped in the matrix. Got myself and go all out in vain. Living a life like I'm rich and I'm famous. Don't see the grind that I know that it came with. I'm handing them out, yeah, I had to go delegate. It feel like I'm floating, I'm lost in the moment, I swear I could levitate. They never believed that I would really fly, I had to go demonstrate. I had to set them straight. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. Yeah, they hate when you elevate. Elevate, elevate. They hate when you elevate.
What's going on, guys? Got another build breakdown video today. We've got Jamie's R32. We're here with Ryan and his sick Mark II wagon. Back for another video up north. And something a little bit different. Not an RB, it's definitely still cool.
So, had it for quite a few years now. Started off with just simple ambitions as everything does, you know, just wheels and a bit of low and all that sort of carry on, but it just turned pear-shaped real quick as we all like to have dreams.
Yeah.
The plan was to just sort of find a running 1G that would just sort of drop in, but that never happened and ended up finding a blown one, getting it rebuilt. The car was a bit tatty, so it ended up being painted just after the fact that Rob had just put an independent rear in the back. So the independent rear on the car is actually factory. So all that's been changed over because Rob came to me and it's just like, we'll just make some wild headers, and obviously the wild headers came through, and I've always loved the thought of having ITBs for this. Scan everything, then 3D print a manifold and then aluminium caster.
Yeah.
And after a bit of trial and error, we finally got it fitting properly with the TPS at the back. So I wanted the TPS at the back so it wasn't at the front, and it's really close to the wall. Silver top throttle bodies with 75mm trumpets. Front's a GX71 BC, so they just sell that you weld to the effect of the strut tops. Sub axles. And then the rears are S13. So these are Focus Racing mesh. Point Engineering actually ended up buying them from under me when they were in Japan. And I saw them show up on his website and I'm like, yo, I was gonna buy these anyway, so here we are now. They've been refurbished by him. Factory guards, but so it's factory, but it's just been sort of like rolled up in here.
Factory GTR'S, bolt-on 25 bit turbo, bolt-on screamer. Sounds pretty insane when you're on the gate. Front mount, blow-off valve, she's pretty factory. Got 17x10, 17x9, 10 lowering springs in the rear. I'm unsure what's in the front, but definitely need to bring that down a bit. Straight through, all the way, I've just got one cat in the middle, and then a straight pipe all the way up the back. Definitely gives it a good RV rumble, not too loud, definitely not too much like top tension, but factory big brake, typical second gear crunch, but she definitely does the job, man.
Stud life is a 28 auto Ancaris that's popped up on Facebook for 800 bucks, turned to shit really quickly because about 3 weeks in I blew the auto trans, neutral dumping it, Series 2 head, whole set, Synco, Turbo Smart, all the bloody goodies it needs to make all the power. HCR 40RS with a 16cm rear. One of the painters needed some mechanical work done on his 180SX and run a quick panel paint over the car. It has full JB fabrication front steering setup. Visual Urus kit, went for a genuine Origin one. You know, as you can see straight off the bat, the fitment of it's a lot nicer than any main Urus or Workshop X stuff you normally buy. Motor makes just on 600 at the moment at £21. It's good fun to drive here, you know, cruising down the motorway, fourth gear at 100k and it just starts wheel spinning. Sleep Torque Monster, I think it made somewhere around the 800 mark on torque. All the fabrication work, so exhaust, intercooler piping, bash bar, everything once again was all done JB fabrication. Fuel system, Rapid Performance did, and to treat you guys in a couple of minutes, we've got a nice pair of tyres in the back seat here. We're going to have a good attempt at popping without blowing the back bumper off again. Series 2 big box behind it at the moment. Stainless style gritty front facing. Turbo Smart 1200. Pressure X. We had to move the power steering pump down. So the power steering pump is now mounted where the aircon originally was, just due to the Synco manifold design. It was actually hitting the power steering lines on the manifold, which for something that's going to glow at over 1,000 degrees we don't really want happening. We upgraded everything, we balanced the crank, polished it, collared it. It's got Rymax oil pump gears and the 81mm housing, so it's got about the best you can get for all your oiling. When I first put the 25 in there I couldn't bear to go back to a 20 deck, now I can't bear to go back to a 25 deck, so yeah, I'm hoping for a good long life out of it.
Oh, it's not how you wanted it to go?
No, so fourth gear happy, fifth gear basically
Goodbye
looks like
clutch.
it's yeah, it's ripped the plates off the clutch.
I'm Connor, this is my 180SX. It was a rolling body when I got it. It was a bit of a mess, lots of things to put back together, so it's taken some time, but now it's looking a bit better and things like that. Fiberglass is a real pain to get looking good. It's as good as it can be for a drift car. It's all ready for cert, just got to finish off a couple wee things. So it's got plus 55 front guards and plus 50 rear over fenders. Brings the kit out quite wide. It was quite hard to find a set of wheels to really fill the guards. There's a plus 5mm spacer on the front still, a slip on, just to bring it out that little bit more, but they're a negative 20 offset wheel, 17 by 9.5 rotors. Only wheel I could find to fit the kit without going to a custom 3-piece wheel. R33 rear brakes on it, the internal handbrake, 2-pot rears, R33 4-pot front brakes and the big rotors and all that. It's also got the usual drift stuff like the subframe locking collars, steering shaft, solid bush and the solid steering rack bushes as well, just to keep it really tight on full lock when I'm sliding it. It's a fully forged SR, all the goodies in there. It was built quite a few years ago. The person that owned the S13 that this engine came out of kept the turbo he had on it, changed to a Synco top mount manifold as the original Chinese one wasn't quite flowing enough out the gate port. The 45mm gate port on this manifold still only just flows enough to keep the boost maintained at 21 psi. Intercooler sandwich mounted in here to keep it nice and tidy. Make the piping really short. Still got a factory intake manifold on it. Gives it a lot more low end torque, but does limit
how much power it makes up top. The Link G4 Plus section S15 plug and play NZFI, wired that up in the old car. Jeff, the good man, has rewired it for this car and taken all the fuse boxes out of the front with the tubs in it. Other than that, it's just got some 850cc injectors. It's making 287 kilowatt at the wheel, which is about 385 horsepower. Definitely making a little bit more. Timing's quite, not a lot of timing in it up top.
Off the bat, you can tell this thing looks very, very identical to a GTR. From afar, you would not be able to tell the difference. Jamie does have some legit GTR guards at home that he's going to be putting on at some point, but yeah, these ones are just fiberglass for now. This thing has complete running gear out of a R32 GTR. This motor actually has a brand new reproduction Nissan block in it, so this motor is very, very healthy. Big ass spoolie boy here. It's a genuine Garrett GT3582R turbo, and it's sitting on top of a NDT Developments manifold 50mm wastegate. It's plumbed back into the system. This thing is running a Link ECU. It's only been road tuned, but Dyno reckons it's about 450. We actually just went for a drive in this thing and got some driving shots, and this thing is definitely really quick.
So I was looking at 32 GTR'S for a while. I couldn't justify spending the price on them because they're like 30 to 40 grand when I was looking at them, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna bite the bullet, I'm gonna buy one. Found this one on Trade Me for 42, talked them down a bit and got it for 35, full stock, like stock twin turbo, stock height, stock wheels, stock exhaust. And then we were gonna go take to Fours and Rotors last year.
Yeah.
And my mate was just like, oh, is it stock turbos? I was like, yeah. So, oh, fuck that, don't take it, I'll just blow your shit up and brake and blow your motor up. So it's like, oh, righto. Pulled them off and we single turboed it probably like a week out from Fours and Rotors last year. So
All water on here.
it's just some unbranded manifold that we had laying around. Like I said, we did it in a week before.
I'm trying to remember which one it is. It's that one I got for Tavis, wasn't it? It had no gate port on it.
No, it had a gate port.
Oh, I think
was
I bought it
cut
off. I got it off Cullen Ford, I think, that manifold.
It was cut.
Yeah.
It was cut and we just welded in a single port for a 50mm gate. Pretty much a stock ECU just with a chip in it and some injectors and a slot map. It's full basic setup. Makes just a tad over 400 and like 15-pound boost or something. Like it's nothing major, but it's still enough for the street. I can go more eventually, but like I wanted to get this thing out of the way and I got a 180 at home. I still want to sort out before I sink some more money into this.
It's just on some what, TBCs?
Oh no,
SSAs.
Yeah, I paid $300 for them, so I was like, oh, $300 with tyres, might as well.
Shit, yeah.
They fit it right, they don't have to roll the guards, and I'm happy with that.